What's up, man?
What's up with
What's up,
you?
baby girl?
Oh,
Nah, just
I'm
hanging
just
out, you know.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
What's up, everybody? What's cracking out there, man? TSOA land. Fucking,
Huh.
hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, man. Hope you guys had a good one and had some good grub, you know. Got to
Yeah.
spend it with your loved ones.
Yep.
Come on, babe.
Yep.
Yeah. We're just hanging out here in solitary confinement at SAG still.
Mm-hmm.
CSP-SAC, man. Fucking, y'all like hearing the truth about corruption and conditions of confinement, hit the like button and share this shit. Share it with somebody. Let's get this thing rolling, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want the truth? Come right here. We got
Mm-hmm.
the truth for y'all. Right, baby girl?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I got a little the setup a little different, and
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I got the full reflection of the TV there. Ha ha ha. And I can see the Roku fishbowl going on your hat in the picture. That's funny. And then I guess
That's all right.
my cup's there, and I can the delay's kind of there. I just moved that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
So
Hey,
you
man,
don't
as long
feel.
as they get to hear us and get the truth on what's going on in these walls, you know, and with the system, that's really that's what counts right there.
Right, right,
That's
right,
what
right.
counts right there, you know.
Wow,
But
we got folks in the chat. We got Cans checking
yeah,
in. He sends his love and respects.
what's up, Ken? Likewise, Ken, what's up, brother? Hope you well, man. Send my best to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
I'm in there, and
Okay.
somebody else is going stealthy in there. I don't know. I just see a number. They haven't spoke up
Well,
yet.
I send mine.
We
I
got
send mine. I send mine. So, yeah, fuck. Did you guys know? I wanted to. There's a few things I wanted to talk about, but we'll wait until we get more folks up in here and we'll get to rolling. But uh, you know, this fucking Thanksgiving Day feast that we had. That's what you call it.
oh
You're gonna crack
man.
up with this one, kid. You guys are gonna like trip. It said on the menu, fucking turkey flavored pea protein, basically turkey flavored soybean patties or whatever the fuck it was. It was so disgusting, man. I mean, like, holy shit, I didn't think it could get no worse. Turkey flavored pea protein patties is what it said, or something like that. And my God, man, it's like turkey flavored tofu or turkey flavored soybean, and I don't know. That shit was the most disgusting meal I ever had on a holiday. I know that much. I didn't even eat it. I didn't eat none of it. I gave it back. Didn't want it. Couldn't stand the stench of it.
Well,
But it was disgusting.
didn't you say that they were giving that stuff to you like every day now? The whole holiday
Yeah.
weekend for both meals, breakfast and
Right.
dinner.
Right. So for 4 days straight now, 5 days, we've either gotten it for two meals a day, or one meal. I know today we got it twice, this morning and tonight. And then on Thanksgiving, I think we got for breakfast was something different for breakfast, and then that shit for dinner. And then Friday was the same shit for breakfast and dinner. Saturday was one meal we got of it, and then today we got two meals of the same crap. It's like they must have got a whole surplus of this crap.
Well, they make it in house,
and they're trying to.
right? I mean, they make it at the
Yeah.
PIA. Too bad.
Yep.
Too bad you can't. Too bad you can't figure out something to do with that stuff. You know.
Oh. That would be hard, baby girl. I mean, I could work some wonders, but I don't know if I could pull off a miracle.
I guess that stuff stinks pretty bad, doesn't it?
Ooh, man. Just looking at it, it's like a green, yellowish, and it stinks. I mean, God, it's rancid, you know?
It's terrible.
It is rancid. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's what they gave us on Thanksgiving. They didn't even give us no pie. They gave us some butterscotch pudding. They didn't give us no pie, no stuffing or potatoes, nothing. That shit was pathetic.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing. That shit was pathetic.
They're really reaching. They're really reaching on the food punishment aspect, aren't they?
Oh, it's real. Yeah, you're right, baby. It's definitely real, man. Food punishment is real, folks. It really is. Fucking, we all, like, a lot of people just didn't even take the tray. We didn't even, I mean, it's that bad. You know, I don't want my cell smelling. What it does is it stenches your cell up, right? And that stench lingers. It fucking lingers, man, so it's not cool at all. But yeah, that's what they gave us here at this prison.
That's terrible.
And I'm sure they probably, I'm sure there was other prisons probably got the same thing or something similar, you know? It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yep.
But,
yep. But Ken says he's all's well, brother, and he just got done watching The Irishman.
Oh, there you go. Get on, man. Get on. That's cool shit right there, Ken. That's cool shit. Fuck yeah. I hope you had a good holiday too, you know? You know,
excuse me.
There's a few things we're going to talk about. And so some of these cops have been admitting to certain things, right? Like they're coming out with it that they're using these snitch tubers. And I don't know if they're playing or, they're playing on it or what, but they're saying, that them dudes work for headquarters downtown. And we were talking about it on the yard last couple days that they're using these guys to put out their bullshit propaganda. And some of them are rooting for us, man, because they're like, dude, this shit is corrupt as fuck. I go, well, you work here.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You know, they said it's like we're saying everything they want to say, but they can't because they'll get fired, you know?
Right.
And, but yeah, they're admitting that shit, that they give them dudes, IGI and OCS are giving them dudes a bunch of information to sprout for them and on the social media pages on this YouTube and other pages, you know? I mean, other platforms. But, I wanted to share that with y'all. We heard about that the other day. I forgot to tell you too, baby girl, but two of them. One told me and one told my friends. Yeah, that's headquarters dudes right there. You know? Yeah.
Wow.
So, but imagine that. But we already knew that. I didn't need nobody to confirm it.
Well, yeah, you do, because it just validates what you believe. It gives you confirmation.
Yeah.
No, that's a receipt.
Right. That's a receipt. That's another receipt. Exactly, man. Exactly. Fucking, so I wanted to talk about this mainstream news, right? And the media and how they're lopsided and how they're, they report only one side of the facts when it's convenient for them. And, what CDCR does is they bully these people they bully them and they press upon them, and they only report like what makes CDCR look good in the media. And I don't know how anything can make CDCR look good. Right, baby girl? I mean, after everything that's been uncovered
Well,
and been
lies.
exposed.
Lies and more lies.
Yeah, right. But, you know, like CDCR, I guess, on their website, you know, they'll report an officer getting assaulted or an attempted assault or stabbing or whatever. But, boy, they never report when they're fucking somebody up. You know, they never report when they're beating a motherfucker in cuffs, or they never report when their officers are 10-on-1 in somebody. You know, 8, 9, 10-on-1, and, you know, bashing a motherfucker's head into the concrete or kicking his face in or whatever. They don't report that shit.
No,
you know
or they don't report all the advocacy he did before, you know, like all the good things it gets done and shit, and nope.
Yeah, right.
None of it.
They don't report none of it. They only report what makes them look good in society's eyes.
Well,
or they think, what they believe you guys need to hear.
But they also go and do some half-measured attempt to make it real, so that when they do bring it to the press, it actually happened, even though they made it happen, because that's what they want in the press.
Right.
More than, you know, it's called creating the news, I think.
There you go. News. That's it. Yep.
And
creating the news, baby girl.
I think that's an aberration. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. They create the news and they put it on their website, and you know, it's all one-sided. Like I was saying, what happened with Ronnie, the one that got the best article was Nate Gartrell on how he related everything all up together, you know, and you know, but CDCR didn't want to report that. They only wanted to report one way, and that's to manipulate you guys from the truth. You know, I mean, to manipulate the truth. They're trying to play this bullshit game again. Oh, they haven't stopped, but they don't report all the facts. They fucking shortcut everything. They shortcut everything. And I mean, that's why we do what we do. The journalists and the reporters, they're being bought and paid for by CDCR. They're being pressured and shit.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
To manipulate a narrative in order to influence the public's opinion on us. Well, that's what they're doing right here.
That's where lobbying comes in, right?
Yep, you damn right. Let me call back, baby.
Alrighty. Hey, Outlaw, let Brant know you're here. And thanks for paying attention to us when you're supposed to be at work. Wow, come on. I'm really not in a chatty mood. I'm sorry, folks. Hey.
All right, baby. I'm back.
So Outlaw checked in. He says, Team TSA till the wheels fall off. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
That's right, Outlaw. What's up, bro? I hope you're good, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Feliz Día de Acción de Gracias, amigo mío. Espero, ojalá que todo haya ido bien para ti y tu familia. todos los demás allá quien habla español, man. I hope everything's well for everybody. Get on, outlaw. Fucking, yeah, we're just sitting here talking about this old one-sided media bullshit. This mainstream media. And they only find me a threat. CDCR finds me as a big threat because I expose their lies. I ain't doing their fucking slander. I ain't part of their chaos agents and try to sear fucking they're trying to searing, huh, baby girl?
Yep. He says back at you. You too, amigo.
Get on, man. Get on. Yeah, but you know, we were tripping the other day on something we had heard, and we were checking some other shit out, and motherfuckers got a lot of shit to say, boy. They got a lot of shit to say about people that came out the chute, you know, after doing 20, 30 years in Pelican Bay for nothing. And yeah, man, we had approached a good topic, man, where somebody was asking about how people stay strong and mentally and emotionally decade after decade in the shoe up there in Pelican Bay. Right, baby girl? And it takes a real strong man, morally and with solid integrity and honor in place to make that. To make it through that shoe like that and to come out standing like you went in. I mean, you're not ever going to go you're never going to be the same as you was when you went in, especially after you've been in there 2-3 decades. But, because it does something to a man. It does something to a man's soul. But, you know, the way I stay strong was reading, a lot of learning, a lot of education, and learning a little bit about the law, Spanish, and getting my GED and some call.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You know, it's definitely a harsh life. Every day is the same, you know, every day is the same. But if you make use of your time up there, when I was there, we all studied, you know. Everybody was doing their studies and shit. And in the short corridor, not them other long corridors and seaside shoot, but the short corridor. And everybody had something going on that was of a higher education, you know. And the way to make it through that place was a strong mind. Strong mind, man. Strong mind. And it wasn't so physical. It was more mental and emotional and spiritual, you know. But that is the way to make it decade after decade in solitary confinement when you had broken no rules, no laws, and a couple of them fucking rat tubers have snitched on you and told what IGI wanted them to, you know. So, but yeah, that's the way that we made it. Everybody might have had a little something different going on, but majority of us in the short corridor were learners, man. We liked education and shit. Especially about the law. You'll find a lot of good artists come out of there. A lot of good legal beagles come out of there. You know, people learning other languages and shit come out of there. People getting AA degrees and paralegal license and shit like that.
So they were actually locking up the people who could think better and do better, and
the critical thinkers. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, the critical thinkers.
Absolutely. Critical thinkers, man. If you were on a deeper level with your mind, and you know, you were able to critically think problems through and try to make the most best decision out of a fucked up situation. You know, I mean, that place right there, like I said, it broke many, many souls, man. It'll eat your soul up if you let it. But you got to be stronger than a motherfucking concrete box and steel, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. You got to. It's like I said, it's not so much physical. Unless, wrong door pops at the wrong time, then it's on and cracking. We're off to the races. Other than that, it's all mental. It's all mental, emotional, spiritual. Yep. But a lot of people, like I read every book up there in Spanish in the library. It was 196. It took me 10 years. No, about 7 years. And some of them were self-help books. Some of them were shit kickers. That's a cowboy western book. We call them shit kickers.
Mm-hmm.
And some were, I read the Game of Thrones up there in Spanish, all 5 books, but there's actually 7 now, or 8. You just got to do something with your mind, man. You can't just sit there and become a bump on a log or a fucking turd in the grass, because there's plenty of those, too. You can bet that. There's plenty turds in the grass, trust me.
Well, I'd assume the ones that weren't handling it so well didn't handle it so well, right?
Right. Yeah. They're the ones that are bumping their chest about how much they done or what they did up there and this, that, and the other, and all this high-powered drama. And they're the ones that are dogging our movement. They're the ones that are hating on us for coming together. They're the ones that don't like white boys being, fighting for civil rights. They're the ones that think white guys can't do that. They're the ones that hate on the hostilities. They're the ones that hate on the hunger strikes. They're the ones that are hating because we're out. That's the type of turds in the grass I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean a sore winner?
Yeah, sore winner. Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about them people that they're such cowards. They want to make you pay to read their videos, and they know they can't uphold what they're standing on, because they're not standing on nothing that's legit. It's all propagated by IGI. So they're IGI's puppets.
Right.
They're OCS's puppets. They're CDCR fuckboys. That's what we call them. CDCR's fuckboys. And they hide behind that paywall or pay-per-view or whatever the fuck it's called. And they want to sit there and talk shit,
Memberships. Be part of my membership. Right. Yeah. Yep.
Right. And instead of saying, you know what, man, that was a historical thing these guys did. That was a instead of giving credit where it's due, and saying that was a historical thing these guys did in the short corridor, and they stopped the racial riots throughout the state, and they came together and changed the system, not for themselves, not just for themselves, but for all prison race.
Right.
All prison, humanity, prisoners.
Yep.
And when you come to home now, you got your TV because of me and my friends. You got your sweats and your long johns and your thermals and your shoes and your tablet because of me and my friends.
And
you didn't do shit but run your mouth.
Yep.
And you're that turd in the grass that we all see. You're the turd in the grass, man. So instead of disrespecting people and fucking being a racial sellout motherfucker like you are, you should fucking probably congratulate a motherfucker instead of running your mouth behind a paywall. You motherfuckers are like them type of people. They can't even make it. They're so ashamed of who they are or something, they can't even make it, and then they want to jump ship to another thing. And then when that stove gets hot, they go snitch. So it's like, man, you're a piece of shit.
Can't hang.
You're the biggest turd. Yeah, you can't hang. You can't hang, but you talk a good one. You talk a good one that ends up hollow.
Well,
when
one thing I know about being solid is you got to be solid. You can't rely on others to fucking carry you. You gotta be 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys, man. Although you guys know this, I'm sure. You cannot fake being solid, bros. Baby girl, you know it. Everybody You cannot fake it. And me and Ronnie got this saying, you can fake some of the people some of the times, but you can't fake all the people all the time. Because I'll see right through you.
Right.
See right
Hey,
through your game, man.
King Kong is in. Shout out from Australia. How many days did the hunger strikes last? The IRA was legendary for hunger strikes in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that's where we got it from, King Kong. What's up, King Kong? A shout out from New Folsom Ad Seg, man. Solitary confinement. I send mine. My baby girl sends hers.
Howdy.
From over here in the big USA. So the first hunger strike, like I said, it went 21 days. 21 days. It went 21 days. The second hunger strike was 2.5 months later, and that one lasted 18 days. Okay? That one lasted 18 days. I was pissing blood in that one. That's when I started pissing blood. And my baby girl said, you ain't doing no more. No more. And then the third one, 2 years later, that one lasted 57 days or 56, something like that. Something like that. And there was a total of 47 people that lasted all 57 days on that strike.
Wow.
At the end of it, it was like 47 of my friends that had lasted the entire strike. You know? And all we really asked...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
All we asked of everybody is do what you can, as long as you can, because it's for a greater good 10 years later, 5 years later. And some people only went 3 days. Some people went 10 days. Some people did 20 days on the third one, you know. Some people went a month. Some people went all the distance, you know. And it's just, that's how it was, man. And we got the ideas out of the Bobby Sands books. An Unfinished Song. That's the name of the book. It's an excellent book, and it's really sad. It's a sad book, what them guys went through. It's a sad book. They went into that knowing they're going to die. And that's what we did. We went into it willing to die. And that fucking scumbag Donald Spector in prison law office filed an injunction so CDCR doesn't let us die, and they force feed us. They strap us down, stick a pipe, tube down our neck, and a tube up our ass, and they force feed us before we die. So, yeah, he fucked it up for us. But they didn't make it to that far anyways. I mean, a lot of people were fucked up. A lot of people still have eye problems. Like,
you have 60 seconds remaining.
Sometimes my eyesight's real bad because it fucks with your eyes when you don't have no protein in your body. The first thing you start doing is your eyes burn. It's weird. Your eyes start burning. Let me call back, baby girl.
Yeah, good old Globalina. She can really take the drama out of a story. I'll ask him your questions here as soon as he comes back.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back. King Kong's got some comments. He says, damn, did they start force feeding through tubes? That's dedication, 50-something days. Did he say I know?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, they didn't, but they were going to. If so, they were going. Okay, they had given us one last time to call it off, and the fellas made them sign some type of legal binding promissory declaration or affidavit, and they did. And when they signed that, and there was a few other concessions that they made that was for conditions of confinement, like the better the food, to give us more visiting time with our family, and other things, phone calls, and, because, like, the whole time in the shoe, I never got a phone call. I was never able to call my wife or my mom.
8 years.
So, right, 8 years. 8 years. And the only contact I had with my wife was mail, snail mail, and visits. That's it. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And first time I got to hug my wife was when I came out of the shoe,
Mm-hmm.
and give her a big hug, And and a kiss, yeah, you damn Skippy. Hey man, but it was the best feeling in my life. I don't think I've ever had such a fucking hug that felt so damn good from a woman in my whole fucking life.
Yeah,
and you lose touch.
And then it had to be cold and calculated because they're watching you, and if you show any real affection at all, they tell you knock it off. Motherfuckers.
Right, but just for my baby girl to grab onto my arm and hold onto my arm and give me a hug, and it was like, oh my God, dude, like you lose touch with humanity, man. I lost trust in humanity. I lost any type of, I don't know, and I'm still having trouble with it today. Like, I find it real hard to trust, but I do trust certain people, man, and but that shoe does a lot of bad things to people's minds. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
I just, but yeah, that was the hunger strike. And people should, instead of disrespecting it, instead of degrading it, and instead of hating on it, why don't you fucking give credit where credit is due?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, when you was in prison 20 years ago, 2005, you wasn't propagating no shit to change the system. You self-serving piece of shit. And if that's you, then you know it. Then the truth hurts, don't it?
If that shoe fits, lace that bitch up and strut down the road with it.
That's right, motherfucking homo hangout. And everybody else, chomo, homo hangout, whoever the fuck you guys are. Get a fucking clue, you dumbass, Instead of disrespecting people, fucking congratulate. Don't hate, congratulate.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I'm about tired of motherfuckers disrespecting our movement, man. And I tell you this, and I know, you would never stand in front of a motherfucker on a level 4 yard and say that to our face. Promise you that. First of all, you got to get past your own wood, and I don't think you could do that. I'll leave it like that. So we'll move on. But anyways, yeah, folks, that's just how it was. That's how it was. And I'll tell you guys this, man. People are going to talk shit. I get it. But, it just shows you what where their mind's at when they're disrespecting.
I just don't understand why a humanitarian move with such a force of respect is being dissed while, all this willy-nilly weirdo shit's going on in the same institution.
Well, I'll tell you, baby girl, they are agents of CDCR. Like, they're out there on the streets, and they're on CDCR's payroll. They're on IGI's payroll. They're getting paid. I got no doubt. And now the cops are starting to admit it. I don't know if that part's true. Trust me, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know if what the cops are admitting is true or not. I just know what I know. I know what I know. And they are being utilized by CDCR to manipulate the truth and control the narrative to the public. That is flat out. That's it right there. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Straight up poltroons. Straight up poltroons. Quizlings. I call them quizlings. Motherfucking quizling. That's what they are. Quizlings. That's what they are. Fucking groters. They're groters. Like I said, man, they're turning grass. But anyways, fucking, the media is going to manipulate shit, right? And it's all lopsided. It's all lopsided. And, I've come to learn that this is the best weapon. The truth is the best weapon against the corruption, right? And we were talking today about our old platforms, which was California Prison Focus newspapers, the Bayview newspapers, Prison Legal News, and a few other solitary watch, pamphlets, and shit like that. So that's how we would get the word out, about the corrupt shit and the foul shit going on. But now I got this, we got this. And it's like, this is an excellent thing to open Americans' eyes to what Americans are doing to other Americans in boxes. Right, baby girl?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's conversation going. There's conversation going on in the chat. King Kong says he watched that channel. What happened? I said on that prison guard, he actually used Brant's name in contempt. And he goes, "Oh, I don't watch the prison guard." You really should. I mean, he's talking about the system. He's fighting it like we are. Not the same, but the same enemy.
Yeah, let me give you guys some game here. So that guy, he's fighting it to end the Sacramento corruption as we are. And all the other stuff I don't care about. It's just the fact that he's trying to go after the managers, the upper ranks of the prison administrators.
Right.
And for me, that helps our movement because, like I said, he rebuilt something about a month ago that was very, very revealing. And
this call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And it was very powerful what Hector had said. They falsify memos on each other. They lie about each other. What the fuck you think they're going to do to me and my friends?
Yeah.
So when I go to trial and I put that out there, or whatever, anybody can use that. If people got active cases in the courts, use that.
Yeah.
Because he's not lying. That guy's not lying about none of that and how they are. He's not lying, man. So, I know they're that bad. They're worse than that. So, that's why I like checking that shit out sometimes because, I get bits and pieces and my attorneys, they like to get that information, and Outlaw, I know you know, and Ken, you too, you guys know how we can use that right there to help court cases and lawsuits and shit like that, So that's a big thing. And that's what Kevin Steele was. Kevin Steele was that. But see, Kevin Steele reported more IGI corruption. Because he was an IGI sergeant. He reported more on what's being done to the inmates, the convicts, than what was being done amongst themselves. Well, he did that too. So let me take that back. he did that too, big time, because they all got fired or demoted. And it's just you gotta use the information that can help your cause, And there's some shit he said, Hector said, that was really helpful to our cause, which is changing and getting rid of the corrupt Sacramento headquarters and the managers who are setting people up and promoting the bunk information.
You mean the Ron Broomfields?
The Ron Broomfields, the fucking, yes, all of them.
I mean,
so,
come on.
But, that other guy, though, King Kong, that other guy mentioned my name personally, right?
Yeah.
And saying that, he mentioned a lot of foul shit about our movement, that we're crying to mama and daddy, and that's the Warriors, right? Then he said the whites basically can't fight for, like, we got a problem when the whites, but a certain group of whites is fighting for civil rights. Now, hold up. Civil rights is race. It has no race. It's human. It's humanity.
Right.
But then he wants to promote how, the cops in Donovan filed a lawsuit for a Christmas bonus of a couple $1,000 that they didn't get in time, and they were standing up for the rights. They're standing up for the rights. It's a fucking Christmas turkey, basically, to them. And so it's okay for them to stand up for a Christmas turkey bonus, but it's not okay for us. It's not integrity or morals for us to stand up for our fucking rights and honorable, stand up for human rights and to change the system. That hypocrisy shit is dead. That shit's garbage. It's garbage. And if anybody is listening to that and giving it credence of any kind, and I give you my word, that dude would never ever tell me or my friend Ronnie to our face anything he said on that video. I promise you that. I fucking promise you that.
I know, we're not paying to find out what he said, so fuck him.
No, he's a piece of shit. Like I said, man, he sold out of one. He sold his fucking blue eyes out to join a fucking another clique. They didn't want him. They got rid of him, and then he turned sniff. So, I mean, come on, man. Whatever. It just like, I don't even care about that, man. But don't disrespect our movement, because we're trying to keep the GP solid, and we're trying to keep our motherfucking rights intact, because everybody knows you cannot let CDCR have any downtime, and you cannot take your foot off the gas pedal, because as soon as you do, they're already finding loopholes. They're already found loopholes. They're putting everybody that they fear.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
They're putting everybody that they fear in the hole for safety concerns. And they're twisting it up. That's what they're doing right now. Let me call back. Hey, not just whites, Mexicans and blacks too. I've already met a bunch of them.
Wow. You see, we're actually in here doing something, King Kong. Brant's fighting for prisoners' rights, and all these YouTubers that are talking about the drama that goes on within each other. How is that helping for prisoners' rights? It doesn't. So challenging. I write these incredible letters. Other people write these incredible letters. Send them demanding answers. And then all of a sudden, something's going on. They're all starting to retire. Why are they retiring? No, yeah. No, I get it. No, he's talking about he's doing weird stuff and then saying it's helping. I don't really watch him. So, come on, Pete. What the heck? Hello? Oh, man. Drop the call. Okay. I just watched a few of them, and they tell these sick drama stories and say, we're helping the kids. I don't understand how that's helping the kids. There's the weird stuff going on in the yards and sharing that and saying it's helping the kids. It makes no sense. I don't get it. Well, we're going up against the man, we're demanding answers, we're demanding decency, we're demanding justice. There's so much weird stuff going on in the courts that gets to this point in the prison system. Okay, Lillian was being Brant.
Sorry, I'm back, baby girl.
All right.
Yeah, I started being a little asshole.
So,
and I guess they didn't like me talking about their homie. Go ahead. What's up, baby?
Oh, I just have to go back to. No, King Kong was saying it. He thought that that Homie Hangout was fighting for prisoners' rights, and it's like, how? I mean, I've only listened to it a couple times, and it just seemed like he was talking about the drama on the yard, like all the others.
Yeah.
Drama on the yard.
Well, I heard a while back. I think we listened to one of his little things, and it added up. I mean, like I told Outlaw, it was. I mean, everything he said about that place and the person on that one thing, it was legit. But then I hear some other things he did with Hector and a few other or whatever he was doing, and he's disrespecting and degrading our movement. And not only that, he's talking shit. And then he puts my fucking name in his mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And dude, motherfucker don't know me at all, man. And until you know me and we can sit there and have a face-to-face talk without any fence in between us, keep my motherfucking name out your dick sucker. Period. Point blank.
Outlaw says Homie Hangout is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's a certified police chaplain and works with the prison and cops. There it is.
Right. Outlaw, you already know, bro. Like I said, that one video we listened to, about 8 months ago, about the shoe he was at and where I knew all that played out because I know the guy he was talking about.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But, I guess these guys, they get on a path and they start going down these tunnels and shit, and it turns into something they probably shouldn't be saying, And, it ain't my fault he couldn't make it being wood. It ain't my fault he couldn't make it being wood, And he sold out and then sold them guys out when he got over there and jumped into the Rat Boy shit, or the SOY shit.
I think his attack on you is more about...
The sensitive needs yard.
I think his attack on you is a bit of self-loathing, really. I mean, he hates himself so much he has to hate on you and say that because of your race that you can't fight for your rights and others' rights, because we're always...
Yeah, I found that that was very disrespectful, man. That was after we done starved ourselves to change the system and to get everybody what they got now, a little bit more in life, a little longer extra visit in life with your family and shit like that. He wants to disrespect the movement, So and it's like then he was like something about us going to feds and they're caught up and stick them all back in the shoe. It's all their fault type of shit. And you're a fucking cop, dude. You're a straight up sensitive needs motherfucker. That's what you are.
And if you look at the case, if you look at Brant's case, you know there's so much proof of that the cops contriving and creating 99%.
Oh man, you guys. Yeah, they like I said, man, I told you guys before, they contrive the information, they disseminate the information, they collect the information, and it all comes back to them as new information, but yet they're the ones that put it out there 2 years ago. It just manifested and it took on a different thing and 10 different snowballs from 10 different directions. And that's what the Grover program was, Outlaw. That's that program, man, Marion. So that's what they fucking do. That's what they did. And this guy right here, that guy I'm talking about, he's an agent. He's an agent of them.
Right.
And anybody don't know no better, I highly suggest you get a clue. Get a clue. Get a clue. Because, that's definitely a motherfucking Grover, try to sear type of motherfucking quisling right there that couldn't make it with blue eyes, so he bounced out. And then he bounced out of his little trip to the sensitive needs area with the chomos and the homos and the rapos and the weirdo hangouts.
Oh my God! Stop already. You sound a little pissed off there.
Well, hey, I mean, you disrespect a good deed, man. I mean, it's like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
Not only he disrespected me, he disrespected every North Daniel, every Serrano, every black that did a hunger strike with us. He disrespected everybody that was involved in that and signed off on the end hostilities. He disrespected everybody across the board. And it's like, come on, dude.
You're right.
That's some cheap
You're
shit right
absolutely
there.
right.
But I bet you, I promise you, he wouldn't do that to our face.
But why is he tripping? Because you, as a white boy, are being
right.
forward in our movement for rights as human beings.
Well, I guess it's like they hate. They just hate. They're doing what IGI tells them to do. So that's it. That's what they're doing. IGI tells them, hey, suck a dick up till you hiccup. They're going to.
So
they tell them to bend over and take it without the grease. They're going to.
The press kind of sort of does some of that too, don't they? They just go along with it. I mean,
they do. They do.
Like like our cover picture.
That's why
they take that one part of the story.
Yeah, the cover picture.
And they don't show you the whole story, and then the story's completely changed.
Right. Like I said, Hector, man, Hector comes out with some good shit and some good useful shit that helps our movement, because what we stand on is them falsifying information. They falsify it, they make it, they incept it, they propagate it, and collect it a year later is the truth. And it's all shit they started.
And we're always discerning.
Right. And if you look at what happened to my friend Ron the first time, a couple months ago, if they didn't write that 115, they would have to fire that officer and charge him in the courts. You know that? They would have to actually charge that guy in the courts. But the 115 was the cover-up. So that's what we're fighting right there. We're fighting shit just like that. And when a rat like the turd in the grass said something to Squad about me or my friend, it's just true. They take it as true, but yet they're the ones that gave it to the rat in the first place.
Right.
Hey, just tell us this. Just when we push record, this is what we want to know. So just say this, Okay, you ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, and they hit record, and then he gives it back to them. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Right. It's the simplest form of psyops. Really, it's the very simplest form of psyops. You put out some disinformation and then you let it come back to you, so you can say it's verified. It's not. It's
right. Yep.
It's warfare.
And that's what we're fighting, baby, growing folks.
Well, that is warfare.
That's what we're fighting. Oh yeah, that's like I said. It's all been psychological and mental warfare until it got physical. When they touched my friend, when my friend was in cuffs and they slammed him on his face. It all was psychological and mental until then. And now this is where we're at now. This is where we're at. Now I just leave that there because I don't want to say nothing I ain't supposed to say. So
no, but they did push the envelope. They did push the envelope, didn't they?
They did it. Yeah, they did it. They did all of it.
I mean,
they did all of it.
After that, they still kept pushing.
Yes. Oh yeah, they keep it pushed.
Yeah,
they keep it pushing, man. They don't ever let up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't ever let up, man. They stir the pots. They fucking push the envelope like you wouldn't believe. Man, it's a trip. It's a trip. It's definitely a trip. And they got their agents in certain places in the California CDCR prisons, and the agents that right there are snitch tubers, and they got all their agents in certain places where they want them to. It's like all behavioral psychology and shit. It trying to manipulate shit like that in certain individuals.
Right.
They select a few people that will do their bidding and their stories and put it all out.
Well, and that's what they do. They use people unwittingly as well, too, right there in your house, don't they?
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yep. Like, hey, folks, we see guys. I see some of these guys come off the main line, and they say they're GP, right? And it's not my folks. They come off the main line and they say they're GP, but they sit there and disrespect each other. They gas each other. They talk shit to each other. They call everybody punk bitches, and because they're all behind the door. And I told them the other day, if you guys are going to act like S and Ys, I'm going to treat you like S and Y. That's how that's going from here on out. Act like it, you get treated like it. You're only active by your actions, not your mouth. Period.
You know what's really disturbing?
You're only active.
What are they acting like on that GP yard if they're acting like that, locked up off GP?
I don't know. I don't get it. They come to the hole, and I think the hole does something to them. And a lot of these dudes are young, and they talk shit to each other, call each other bitches and punks and weirdos, and they fucking gas each other. And I'm like, dude, you are not GP acting like that at all, dude.
Yeah.
No fucking way, man. So I got nothing for you. As far as I'm concerned, you're a PC. You're no good. You're scrap. You're garbage. You're a straight fucking piece of shit. And that's that. Oh, no, man, I'm GP, homie. Woo, just that. No, you're not. Have a good one. I'm not going to argue about it. That's my position. You're garbage.
Well,
you're garbage, man. But yeah, man, so...
People will treat you how you act, right? People treat you how you act.
Right. Again, you are the master of your actions. Your actions prove you're active. That's it. And a lot of these fools ain't active at all. They play it. They hide behind it. And they're working for the cops. They're working for SWAT, for IGI, and OCS, and Sacramento. But they're definitely not active, man. So...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Back in the early 2000s when I was in the Bay Shoe, right?
Mm-hmm.
When people were paroling from the base shoe. Like if you had an outdate
Right.
and you're validated as an associate or a member of a certain group or whatever, and you come back to prison on a new number, well, you go to the shoe and say you got a 7-year bid, you got to do 7, and your outdate's at 7, so you go up there for 7 years or 4 years, 5 years, and then your parole date comes.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
You parole. Let me call back.
And he'll be right back. Get back to us. I have no idea where he's going with that, but I guess we'll find out. Hope everyone's doing good. Seems like we got a quiet bunch. You regulars, we love you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for hanging out with us.
All right, I'm back.
You're back.
So back then, in the early 2000s, when people were paroling from the Bay, what IGI was doing was they would take them and put them on potty watch a week before they parole, or 4 days, 5 days, about that, before they parole. Or they could sign a waiver and get x-rays on the morning they parole. And they were doing it because they didn't want people taking certain things to the streets, kites and wheeler, whatever. And so they were doing that to everybody that paroled from the shoe. And if the people got caught with shit, they would threaten them and say, well, you're not paroling unless you tell. And a lot of dudes were telling on their way out, man. A lot of fools were telling on their way out, or they weren't going home. They were going to get rigged up on a 115 or something, and then, some more bullshit coming down.
How could they do that? That's crazy.
I know, but Pelican Bay IGI was a different beast. As around the state, they're all fucking scum, but the ones at Pelican Bay were like given a license to cause harm. They were given a license to torture. It was a different beast up there at that time, And so, like I said, man, that's how they did it. And a lot of dudes that actually were able to get out, not all, but a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They were either x-rayed or put on potty watch, or if something was found on the morning they were going home, they were giving up info. And that's how they did it back in them days. That's how they did it.
Wow.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So the morning you go home, you get x-rayed.
Wow.
The morning you go home, you get x-rayed. If they find something up in your t-shirt, your ass is going straight to potty watch, and you ain't going home unless you shit it out right now and give it to them, and then tell them everything that was behind that, whatever. And that's how they did that. Yep. That shoe was something else, man. Mm-hmm. That shoe was something else, baby girl.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So Outlaw said
it was something else, folks.
Outlaw said those GP were most likely on dropout yards ran by PCs who groom fish to act like PC or to be future snitches.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. What's going on that yard?
Yep. Right. Like I said, it's not mine or the homies or nothing. It's other people, but I just say it like that. And they come back here hooting and hollering all the time, and getting in little melees and shit like that. And then, like yesterday or today, one of them was yelling in our face and rapping and banging on toilets and acting like jumping on the K's, and I'm like, dude, oh my God, man, you are not GP, dude. You know, you're not active, man. What? Yeah. You heard what I said. It's weird, and they ain't even been in a whole month yet, and it's already having that type of effect on them.
Or did they come in with
bizarre,
it?
Man.
Or did they come in with it?
Well, I think you're right. They came in with it, and the whole exacerbated it.
Right.
Brought it out more.
Right.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's what it does. And solitary does that. It brings out the weirdness in people, man. And if the dude's a weirdo already, he's really going to be a weirdo. And a lot of these fools only been here a couple weeks, if that. They can't even handle the pressure, man. They can't handle the pressure, man.
I'm of the belief that it's more traumatic in the beginning because, you know, there's that adjustment.
Yeah. Like, you can't, I don't care who you are, I know, and what walk of life you're from. You know, nobody can be okay with locking men in the shoe for decades for nothing.
No.
Like, how are you okay with inhumanity? How are you okay with torture? Like, you don't do nothing to nobody, but a couple of them snitches say you're somebody or you associated. That's it. That's all it took. And you go to shoot for life or debrief or parole. That's how it went. But yeah, if you do something, an attempted murder or murder or whatever in prison, you do 2 or 3 years, and issue a determinate sentence, and you go back out to the main line.
Didn't you say?
It's not indeterminate.
Didn't you say there was one fellow in there that was locked up for decades because of his cellie? Like because he wouldn't say anything about his cellie, and he had no association?
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Both of them. Him and his cellie.
That's crazy.
They were in the shoe from 1986 to 2013. Two Goodwoods in the shoe for 1986 to 2013, and they wouldn't snitch. They wouldn't do none of that.
Damn.
And they stood there. They held their mud. They stood their ground and kept their honor intact. And they kept him in the shoe all that time. All that time. You know, a lot of us were done like that. Man. And it stinks. It stinks, man. It really does. So I don't care who you are, man. You cannot justify and rationalize that's cool.
The irony
no way that's cool, man.
The irony is the cops propagate the violent culture of the yard to bring all that stuff in.
Right. Yep. They start it, they propagate, and they contrive everything, man. Yep, that's what they do, man. It's fucking sickening, folks, and that's why we get at you guys on here, man. Yep. So you guys are aware of what's going on, and you guys are aware of these fucking quisling, turd in the grass type motherfuckers, and you know, you have a better understanding on who's on these fucking channels, man. But yeah, with that said, baby girl, you guys got any questions or comments, man? Shoot them. You know, shoot them. Fucking other than that, I'm peachy. I'm peachy, man.
Nah.
Yeah. I don't like people that disrespect our movement. And you know, that was our fucking thing. That was what we did, man, to change the system.
Right.
That was a historical moment. That was grained in stone, a historical moment that changed the system when all the races united, man.
For all the right reasons, too.
You got a problem with, for the right reasons. If you got a problem with that, man, you are a turd. And I mean, you are a serious punk. Straight up. Straight up. You got a problem with that, you're a serious punk. And that's the bottom line.
Well.
Yep.
Well, looks like
Oh,
crickets
baby
in the
girl.
chat now. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wind this one down, folks. We're going to get this one. Well, I figure out we'll get at you guys on this crap because some shit got under. I didn't like it. My friends didn't like it. It was disrespect to every man that did it, that partook in the change of the system. So yeah, we fight for fair and humane.
Well, and we have to go get some. We got to get some more rope on our side of that tug of war because, they try to take everything back. And there's still people in the situation that were promised help or were told it would be different, and set up, robbed, killed, shot, whatever.
The whole 9 yards.
And the problem hasn't gone away. The real problem hasn't gone away at all. And it's not about the guys that are locked up.
Yep.
It's not.
It's fucking it's bigger than that. It's bigger.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yeah, Outlaw says the Astor settlement is the most progressive law reforming prison since the 1970s, and he's right. He's absolutely right. And they tried to revoke all that. And, we were promised help. Even, people who said, well, we're still here to help. And they're not. They're not. They're not showing up. Really powerful players who are giving up because nobody will support them anymore because of this setup that happened. So they can say, well, look at how savage these guys are. No, they're not savage. They're being attacked. They're being targeted.
Well, you gotta, you cannot change. I mean, like when you stop in the middle of a fight and run, you're gonna lose. You're gonna fucking lose, man. And it's bigger than one guy's name on a lawsuit or 3 guys' name. It's bigger than that. It's all of us. It's all of us. It affects all of us. The main problem here is how they use and contrive and manipulate confidential information from confidential informants. It doesn't matter what any of us say. I could write 1,000 affidavits, and they don't give a fuck. All they care about is that one snitch.
That's crazy.
That one snitch. That's telling them what they want them to tell them.
Well, yeah, that's like picking the flea off of the kennel. It's like, oh, you found your one little flea, and it's not fair because then they try to turn that into the whole case. They're not looking at the big picture, and they're doing this intentionally. Meanwhile, they're doing just the opposite for some of the most problematic people that are a threat to a real threat to society.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at, and hopefully more people hear this, man, and get involved, baby girl, folks. Let's share this shit. I ain't gonna stop. We ain't gonna stop. The movement ain't gonna stop.
No,
it can't. It just
not.
can't. There's too much power in knowledge. There's too much power in the truth, right?
Well, Outlaw said the men fighting in the 60s and 70s inside California prisoners suffered the same character assassination setups and frame ups. Okay, so we should take that and try to figure out how to circumvent all of that. And there's a pattern, there's a purpose, there's a way.
Right. Yep. Hello, everybody. We're paying our debt to society, right? Just being in a box away from my wife and my loved ones, I'm paying my debt to that the judge sentenced me to, right? But all the other stuff is outside of the scope of my sentence,
right?
And all the lack, the deprivation of human contact, the deprivation, the stimuli deprivation, and the opportunities to partake in these programs that they got for rehabilitation. And, again,
Yep.
where's the rehabilitation for me? Where's the rehabilitation for me? Where's the California model for me?
Right.
And you got guys like Ron Broomfield sitting in that box. I'm sitting in that office making life-changing decisions and not giving.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
They have perfected the art of not giving a fuck about GPs. I swear to God, they have. Let me call back.
They have. And he doesn't. And maybe that's why he's running away now, because he had to face the truth somewhere. There's always answers and patterns, and even if it's just the avoiding of whatever it was that was done before, it can be done differently. So I appreciate you pointing that out. Yeah. For some reason the call dropped. We got to make a difference here. We have to, because this is such a broken system. And they're worried about losing money. They're just being stupid because they're wasteful with the money. They could have all the money they want and not be garbage about it. You're
All right,
back. You're back.
Yep. Yep. But like I said, babe, and folks, CDCR has perfected the art of not caring about rehabilitation for GPs, man. And these people are all about group punishment. And what sucks about that is, like, some J-Cat down the way or across the way or on a PC yard can do something to one cop, an isolated incident, or he can shake his weenie at a cop chick or whatever, and they'll protect him, but they'll punish us. Somehow, some way, they'll delay our programs. Somehow, some way, they manipulate this and that. They'll take our shit, and instead of punishing the one dude or the PC that did whatever he did to him, and they don't do that. They punish everybody across the board, and that's the foul thing. And that's why the hunger strike came about, was to end group punishment and the way they use confidential information. So, that's why we did all that, man. That's why we changed that's why we did the hunger strikes and the lawsuit, to change all that. But obviously they found holes. They found a way around it because they're isolating, and I've met some blacks, Mexicans, and whites that are being slammed in the hole for some magically appearing information that they contrived because they fear that person. Somehow, some way, that the person is a good talker. He can bring people together across racial boundaries, or he might, they might fear another element of his character. I don't know. But they fear him, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the information appears. And that's how they're doing it now. And they're slamming people in the holes for safety concerns. And it's not really safety concerns. They are scared of the person being on the main lines for bringing people together. They don't want that.
No.
They don't want us to come together. Because, look, we've already shown we can change the system. And they don't want to change the system. They don't. I don't care what they tell y'all or what they have their snitch tubers tell y'all. They don't want to change the system.
No, because they think they're winning somehow. Like I was saying, but between calls, they can still have all the money they need and not do it all fucked up.
Right. Yep. They would even have more money if they bought us real beef You know,
Right.
instead of that crap that they've been giving us that we just throw away in the garbage anyway.
Right.
And they would have, that's how dumb they are. That's how dumb they are.
Well, and then that food torture really shows you how far they want to go with the torture.
Oh man, hey.
They don't even
Hey,
you don't have to worry about a hunger strike. They're gonna starve you for you. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I haven't eaten a meal from them in about 4 days. Serious
Terrible.
business. It's disgusting. I can't do it.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yeah, they trip if you reject too many trays too, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, that stuff will literally gag a maggot, man. That's how bad it is. I won't do it to myself. I'm good. I am good. So, hell. All right, folks. You guys got any last comments, questions before we sign off on this bad boy tonight, man? Fucking, I know y'all got our back. I know y'all support us in the truth. And because you wouldn't be on here right now, man. And we all thank you guys, and Ronnie sends his you guys too, man. We all send ours, and thanks for everybody's help in this fight to shed some light on the real shit, not the shit that's being contrived on behalf of CDCR that's being passed down. No. This is real shit, man. This is real shit right here. Yep. Maybe we got any comments? Last comments? Questions?
No, nothing new.
Okay.
Not so far.
All right. Well, Outlaw, King Kong, and whoever else is listening, man. Thank y'all for joining us. We send our best to you guys out there, man, in the true secret land of America.
Outlaw says they fear
like
you because they see the spirit of George Jackson inside each one of you. Modern day dragons. There you go.
That's right. Get on, man. Get on, Outlaw. That's right, bro. I ain't gonna stop fighting, man. It doesn't matter what race you are, man. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come for. You can stand and fight. You stand and fight. I bow to no motherfucker. I bow to no motherfucker alive, man. I send my best to you guys. All the worthy, you got my best, and you know who you are. Everybody else, I love you, baby girl. All right, folks, take care. Until next time, stay solid and keep it legit. See ya.
Y'all take care now. Thanks for showing up for us. We love you all.